Welcome to AI in 10. I'm Chuck Getchell, and every day I break down the biggest AI story in just 10 minutes. What it is, why it matters, and how you can actually use it. You know how every few years someone announces a new piece of technology that sounds completely overwhelming, but then quietly changes everything about how we live? Well, last week at the Consumer Electronics Show, NVIDIA just dropped one of those moments. They unveiled something called the Vera Rubin AI platform. And if you're wondering why you should care about computer chips when you're just trying to get through your Tuesday, stick with me for the next few minutes. Because what happened at this tech conference is about to reshape your job, your daily routine, and probably your kids' homework help in ways that might actually surprise you. Let me break down what NVIDIA actually announced, because the tech headlines make it sound way more complicated than it really is. Think of NVIDIA as the company that makes the engines for artificial intelligence. You know how your car needs an engine to run? Well, AI needs these specialized computer chips called GPUs to think and learn. The problem is the AI models we're building now are getting so massive and so complex that even NVIDIA's current top-of-the-line chips are starting to struggle. It's like trying to run a modern video game on your laptop from 2015. It might work, but it's going to be painfully slow and probably crash a lot. So NVIDIA created this new platform called Vera Rubin, named after the astronomer who discovered evidence of dark matter, which is pretty fitting since we're talking about powering AI that we don't fully understand yet. Here's what makes Vera Rubin different. The new chips, called H300 GPUs, are about 30 times more powerful than previous generations for training large AI models. That's not a typo, 30 times faster. To put that in perspective, if it used to take a month to train an advanced AI model, it might now take a single day. But here's the part that really matters for everyday people. Training these massive AI models used to cost around $100 million. With Vera Rubin, that drops to under $75 million. Now, I know $75 million still sounds like monopoly money to most of us. But when big companies can build AI cheaper and faster, that technology gets to us sooner and costs us less. NVIDIA also announced they're putting $500 million into ramping up production. The first chips will start shipping to companies like Microsoft and Google by the end of this year. Now let's talk about why this matters to you specifically, because I promise you this isn't just about tech companies getting shinier toys. First, let's talk about your work life. If you're in education, these more powerful AI systems are going to create incredibly sophisticated tutoring tools. Imagine having an AI assistant that can create personalized lesson plans, grade assignments with detailed feedback, and even identify which students are struggling before they fall behind. Teachers in rural schools could have access to the same AI resources as schools in Silicon Valley. But here's the reality check. If you work in entry-level programming or basic data analysis, some of these jobs are going to get automated much faster than anyone expected. The good news, new jobs are being created just as quickly. The key is staying ahead of the curve instead of pretending it's not happening. If you work in customer service, healthcare, finance, or really any job that involves solving problems and making decisions, you're about to get some incredibly powerful assistance. Think of it like having a research assistant who never sleeps, never forgets anything, and can process thousands of documents in seconds. Let's talk about your money for a minute. More powerful AI means better prediction systems. Your shopping apps are going to get scary good at knowing when prices will drop, what products you'll actually like, and when to buy things for the best deals. I'm talking about saving 5 to 10% on your groceries just because an AI figured out the optimal timing and pricing patterns. Your investment apps are going to offer much more sophisticated analysis tools. Even if you're not a day trader, you'll have access to AI that can help you understand market trends and make better long-term decisions with your retirement savings. Now for daily life stuff, self-driving cars are about to get significantly better because they can be trained on much more realistic simulations. When your Uber can navigate construction zones and bad weather without human intervention, your commute becomes predictable again. Your phone's camera is going to get almost magical. Real-time language translation, instant text extraction from any image, and photo editing that looks professionally done, all happening right on your device, which means it's faster and your personal photos aren't getting uploaded uploaded to some company's servers. Here's something that might actually change your family dynamics. AI tutoring is about to become incredibly sophisticated and affordable. Your kids could have access to personalized math help, writing assistance, and science explanations that adapt to exactly how they learn best. It's like having a private tutor available 24/7, except it costs less than your Netflix subscription. So what can you actually do with this information today? Because I know you're thinking, great Chuck, but I can't exactly walk into Best Buy and purchase a $75,000 computer chip. Here's what you can do right now. First, start experimenting with the AI tools that are available today. Sign up for ChatGPT, Claude, or Google's Bard if you haven't already. But more importantly, start using them for real tasks in your work and personal life. Because the interfaces you're learning today are going to be powered by these much more capable systems within the next year. Second, update your devices and apps regularly over the next 6 months. Companies are going to be rolling out features that take advantage of these more powerful AI systems, and you want to be ready for them when they arrive. Third, if you're feeling ambitious, create accounts with Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud. Both companies are going to offer access to these new AI capabilities through their platforms, and they usually have free tiers for people who want to experiment. You don't need to be technical to try them out. Here's something specific you can try this week. Pick one repetitive task you do regularly, maybe writing emails, organizing photos, or planning meals. Then spend 30 minutes figuring out how current AI tools can help you with that task. Because whatever you learn to do now is going to get dramatically better and faster over the next year. If you're thinking about your career, start identifying the parts of your job that require creativity, emotional intelligence, or complex problem solving. Those are your superpowers in an AI-enhanced world. Then figure out how AI can handle the tedious, time-consuming parts of your work so you can focus on the uniquely human stuff. And here's something for the parents listening. Start talking to your kids about AI as a tool, not a threat. Show them how to use it responsibly for homework help, creative projects, and learning new skills. The kids who grow up comfortable with AI assistance are going to have a massive advantage over those who don't. Let me give you some perspective on what experts are saying about this announcement. Jensen Huang, NVIDIA's CEO, said that Vera Rubin isn't just about making things faster. It's about giving countries and companies the ability to train AI that rivals human intelligence at scales we couldn't imagine before. Microsoft's head of research pointed out that this technology will make every researcher feel like they have an AI lab partner, potentially accelerating discoveries in climate science and medicine by years, not decades. Industry analysts are calling this the moment AI transitions from being a helpful tool to becoming truly autonomous systems that can handle complex multi-step tasks without human supervision, which sounds either exciting or terrifying depending on your personality. Here's the bigger picture and why I wanted to talk about this today. We're entering what's being called the trillion parameter era of AI. That's a fancy way of saying these AI systems are approaching the complexity of human brains in terms of raw processing power. What that means practically is that by the end of this year, you're going to start seeing AI systems that can handle entire workflows, not just individual tasks. An AI that can research a topic, write a comprehensive report, create presentations, and even respond to follow-up questions, all without human intervention. We're also going to see countries building their own national AI infrastructure, which means the AI tools available to you might depend on where you live and what your government prioritizes. But here's what I think is most important. This technology is going to democratize capabilities that used to require teams of specialists. A small business owner in Ohio is going to have access to market analysis, customer service automation, and financial planning tools that used to be available only to Fortune 500 companies. The question isn't whether this technology is coming, it's already here and accelerating. The question is whether you're going to be someone who adapts and takes advantage of it or someone who gets left behind because it felt too overwhelming to start. Look, I get it. This stuff can feel intimidating, especially when tech companies use phrases like trillion parameter models and sovereign AI infrastructure. But remember, you don't need to understand how your smartphone works to use it effectively. Same principle applies here. The people who are going to thrive over the next few years aren't necessarily the most technical, but they're the ones who start experimenting now, stay curious, and figure out how to blend AI capabilities with uniquely human skills like empathy, creativity, and strategic thinking. So here's what I want you to remember from today's conversation. NVIDIA just made it significantly cheaper and faster to build incredibly sophisticated AI systems. That means the AI tools you'll have access to over the next 12 months are going to be dramatically more capable than what exists today. The smart move isn't to wait and see what happens, it's to start building your comfort level with AI assistance now, so you're ready to take advantage of these more powerful tools when they become available. Because in a world where AI can handle the routine stuff faster and cheaper than ever before, the most valuable people are going to be those who know how to ask the right questions, think strategically about complex problems, and maintain the human connections that technology can't replace. The future isn't about humans versus AI. It's about humans with AI versus humans without it. And thanks to announcements like this one from NVIDIA, that choice is coming faster than most people realize. That's today's AI in 10. If you want to go deeper and learn AI with a community of people just like you, join us at aihammock.com. I'll see you tomorrow, my friends.